All right. So I think all of you will be able to see the logo right there on top, which says live.
Yeah.
And I'm sure once we start getting ready, once we start getting into, once we start conversing, more people will join in, and you'll see how many people have started seeing the live there. Okay. We don't get to see the names of the people on the Instagram, sorry, on the StreamYard feed, the feed here, but you'll be able to see them on Facebook. Okay, because until they confirm and they say that StreamYard can use their names, they won't be able to share their names here. So we have somebody at least who's joined in and seeing. So I think this is the third episode we're having of the fireside chat with people, from OMBC, the bakers who have contributed to the Healthy Baking book series that Stone Mill India and OMBC have released in collaboration. So I'm very happy that, we are having these conversations. We've had a lot of very exciting last 2 weeks, and I'm sure today will also be as exciting. So welcome Ekta, Kasturi, Chaitali, Preeti and Megha. I think everybody, I think a lot of all of you are known to most of the bakers on OMBC. So it's good to have you here. And Samira and I, as usual, will be asking some questions, some planned, some unplanned, some fun, some a little more serious in context to the book, and the some of it is more conceptual. But like I said, we'll keep it free flowing. And folks, keep your comments coming, because every last 2 weeks I realized that so many nice comments came in. People, shared, they said hi to the bakers. So please keep sharing those so that, we can enjoy seeing those comments. I love putting those comments up here for people to see. Okay, I can already see them. Hi, ladies. Hi, everybody. Okay, so that means everybody everybody is here. Okay, a lot of folks are here. So good. So, welcome to the live, and I think we will kickstart this with the big thing that Samira actually noticed, and that's how we framed the question around it about flours. Okay, and the healthy flours that we, of course, many of us bake with. But what we noticed was there is a pattern that all of you have an affinity towards some particular kind of flour. So which is why we are starting this discussion with something very critical that uh, any of you can start this, and of course others can pitch in or share your own views. What are the two flours that you love baking with and why? Okay, so anybody can start that, and I'm sure everybody here will be glad to listen to it.
Ours.
So if you ask me, the most two favorite flours that I love baking with are jawar and ragi. And I mostly love gluten-free baking only, and I majorly do gluten-free baking. So everybody on the group knows that, and most of the recipes shared are gluten-free. So jawar and ragi, I mean, they're the most favorite and go-to flours for like any be it cake, be it cookies, be it whatever, be it whatever. So
Lovely. Yeah,
I,
go ahead.
other than whole wheat, I really like amaranth. I don't know why. I just love that flour. Ragi is there, yes, I do use, but amaranth, I just cannot, get over the taste and the
The
texture,
taste.
especially in cookies. I just love it, amaranth flour. And
Right,
at
right.
times it's very difficult to procure it here in Noida. Earlier it was okay with the COVID, so I always keep an extra supply in my fridge that I should never run out of that flour.
Yeah. Yeah, I think supplies have been a little hit because of the flowers. Also, some of the flowers have to travel across the country, come from different parts of the
Yeah,
country. So those things have made a difference. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so for me, if you see, when it comes to bread, the first option is always whole wheat, and it has been whole wheat, which was that's how I had ventured into. So whole wheat is my basic flour, always a go-to. Experimenting something new, if you start with whole wheat, I feel it gives you that kind of a confidence and push to experiment with another flour. And
Right.
in gluten-free nowadays, I am in love with buckwheat or pulse flours. So that is something new that I'm venturing, and I'm really loving the textures which comes out from them. So that is for me.
I would like to add that, as Megha said, if you are venturing into healthy baking and you haven't done a lot of it, whole wheat is the easiest flour to begin with because you can replace the white flour with that easily, and it's just the water content you have to be careful of. So yes, I've done a lot of that, and I'm also trying to venturing into new flours. I like oat flours a lot. I use that as well. So
Yeah.
I
yeah,
think
Lata, the book
I
that
think
has come
oats are
out.
also a little neutral tasting, right? Oats
Yes,
essentially
exactly.
more neutral tasting. That also helps.
And it's a very good flour when it comes to oats for binding
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
as well, right? So it gives another kind of a texture also to the
Texture.
flour.
For
Correct. Absolutely. I
cookies, it
think
adds a good
yeah.
texture.
Correct.
For
Correct. I
cookies,
noticed, some
oats
of my
adds a good texture.
yeah. In fact, oats. If you even if with the whole wheat cookies, if you mix oats with it, it is
Yeah,
the texture is much better than a hundred
Completely.
percent
Much
whole
more
wheat.
absolutely.
crispy
There's
also.
a huge
Yes.
difference in the
And
texture.
yes, the crispiness of the
Yes.
Yeah.
bake is completely on a different level.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And it
Especially the
stays
crispness
long.
for a bit.
Yes,
Okay, that I
and
didn't
this
know. I think that's a very
combination
good
stays.
point.
No, no, absolutely. So if you are stored, so if I made a cookies like today we were
Right.
discussing me and Kasturi, so I made these cookies whole wheat and oats. Okay, so and they were stored nicely in an airtight container. It's been more than 10 days, and still they are same crisp. So this
Yeah.
is what I have noticed with oats and whole wheat combination for sure.
For
That's great.
crispiness, the recent thing that I've discovered is poha flour adds a real crunch to the
Ah,
cookie.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Along
yeah.
with oats,
Correct,
if you add poha flour little bit,
correct,
it takes the
It
cookie to
does.
the next level.
correct,
Yes.
correct. So,
Nice.
what is that some flour that you've never baked with so far? Since we know a little bit about
Barley.
your comfort
For
level.
me, it's barley. I have not used barley, and I don't know where and how to start. Look forward to tips here.
It's a beautiful flower. Barley, we
It
really
works
love
very well.
it. So
Again,
very beautiful flower.
very neutral
Yes.
tasting. It works very well in most bakes. It's a
Yes. So if you're
good
venturing
alternative
into
to wheat.
breads, yeah, then barley is one of the top
For
flowers that we love to use.
In
Absolutely.
breads.
for me, the
Yes.
list is
Correct.
very
Yes.
long
Yes.
for the flowers that I've never
Not
experimented.
baked with.
I've just started my journey for healthy baking, so there are few flowers. I mean, a lot of flowers that I've never used before.
What would you
So to
like to
name
use
them,
out of that? What do you really want to bake with?
I would like to start with then ragi flour. I think, yeah.
Yeah, lovely flour. In fact, I one of the lives I was telling people how I've sneaked ragi flour in so many things, and sneaked literally. Now, of course, the sneaking has ended because now I openly tell them there is ragi in this. But
Yeah.
but I think it's a beautiful flour also. Anybody else? What
I
usual
haven't
flour that you've
tried.
not baked with?
I haven't tried coconut flour.
Coconut flour again. I think I've baked a little with coconut flour, but I've baked maybe more in the last 1.5 years because it's a low carb flour, so it works well for some of the baking I do. But yeah, coconut flour is also something which is very interesting.
Beautiful flower again.
What would, since you all
One more
seem to have
flower.
experimented with a lot of flowers, for anybody who's starting out, what would you say as advice regarding the
Mm,
texture? Because what happens is many of these flowers end up with a crumbly cookie. Like, you can't,
Yes.
हाथ में टूट जाता है वो. So, what
Correct.
would you recommend to bakers who are getting into, since you all have experimented as home bakers in so many different flours, what would you all say is the most critical thing to be aware of when preparing dough for, say, a cookie or a bread so that it's not crumbly or it's not
A combination
dense?
of the flowers always works. It has
Okay.
to be a combo. So specifically, when if you're using gluten-free flours and if you're new to gluten-free flours, if you are starting and if you are okay with including wheat flour into it, use a combination of 50% of wheat and a 50% of a gluten-free flour. It will give you a hang to make these breads or these cookies. It will be much simpler for you to handle it. And once you get used to it, then you can go ahead with 100% gluten-free. But again, don't expect a beautiful texture. It is a little different for sure when it comes to gluten free. So
correct.
combination of whole wheat plus gluten free will give you a very beautiful bake.
And if you all want to go like 100% gluten free, okay, so if anybody is allergic or whatever, if you want
Right.
to do a 100% gluten free flour, then always remember this, that just go overboard with everything, like overboard with mixing, a little overboard with the moisture in the cookie, okay, or the cake, and a little overboard with baking also, okay. That really helps the gluten free bake to stick together,
Yeah.
come together. That and increases the crispiness also of that gluten free bake. Like right now, I'm baking gluten free chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so I'm baking them with jawar and rice. So I did a little bit of more mixing, a little bit of more moisture into the cookies, and a little bit of more baking. Like if you're doing baking with whole wheat and a combination of gluten-free flour or only whole wheat, then around 20 to 25 minutes of baking for a cookie is enough. Like for a plate of 16 cookies, it's enough. But if you're doing this gluten-free combination of any other like any other gluten-free flour, go a little overboard with baking also. That really helps the cookie to stay together also and stay crispy. That's one thing you have to follow.
See,
I think we've got a
as
fantastic
far
mix,
as
na Simran?
Huh.
Preferred flowers and flowers not experimented
Not
with.
experimented, so I remember why this is also reminding me of this one a long time back. I think it must have been about maybe a couple of years back. I did a poll on OMBC and asked people about different flours and what they have baked with. And you will not believe that list. If I take a combination of that list, people have baked with 40 different flours. Okay. And excluding whole wheat. Okay. So and there were questions because of that conversation. There was a trigger question which said that what is, so I haven't baked with this. There were flours like coffee bean flour, peanut flour, stuff that people would have never baked with. Like if somebody asked me right now what I've not baked with ever and I would love to bake with, it would be that coffee bean flour. I didn't even know there was something called a coffee bean flour, and I really want to know how it tastes in baking, right? So it's the unusual list actually, sort of made me also ask that second question, that there is obviously a lot that we do on OMBC and outside also. Many people outside OMBC also bake with many other flours, but what is it that we've not baked with, and we really want to see how it will turn out. I think that sort of is more exciting, more what should I say, it gives us more inspiration to continue what we do in healthy baking. So now, because we've started with such a lot of heavy discussion, we'll go take a little bit of slight detour and go into something fun. So the fun part is about, of course, everybody's begun their healthy baking journeys somewhere at some point in time, and what we want from any of you who are comfortable sharing is basically fun reactions, fun or even happy reactions from family members, friends who've tasted healthy bakes for the first time. So I mean, if the more fun, the better it is, because I'm sure we all have stories. If you've seen the last couple of discussions, we've had folks sharing how their families have reacted to some of the baking they've done, some of the experimental baking they've done. And of course, by extension, friends have reacted also when they saw some of that healthy baking. So we'd like any of you to actually take a go at that, and of course share something fun, that you want us to
Yes,
want
yes.
everybody on OMBC really to know, because everybody will know it. So
Yeah, so once, in our garden, in our vegetable garden, there were a lot of zucchinis, bottle gourds that were growing, and I didn't know what to do with that. So I was trying different dishes, and I thought, okay, why not try a sweet dessert out of it? Because my children have a sweet tooth, so they will mostly eat sweet, but I wasn't sure how they'll react to a zucchini brownie. So I just made these brownies and served them, and I just told my children, I've made this dessert, just have it. And my
you
mother-in-law,
gave them the composition. You told them what
I
is
did
in
not
it.
tell. I did not tell. So then, looking at each other, what's going to happen now.
How it's going to read.
My son, he ate it and he says, "Mommy, these are the best brownies you've ever made."
Wow.
Like, wow. My mother and I, we were looking at each other and grinning.
Wow.
But yeah.
Oh, you did tell him, yeah.
Yes. But still, yeah, he eats them. So that was
Yeah,
one
I think
success. And it encourages you to try more and more of these things. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I think the first time you usually need to hide.
Yes.
I'm just asking in the interest of everybody, because I know personally that in the initial years I've hidden a lot of stuff. So how I've sneaked in stuff. So I'm just trying to, because I was worried about the reaction. So which is why I didn't want to. And then of course you put in so much effort putting it together, and then if it doesn't get, simply because it has some XYZ thing, if it is not eaten because of that, not even tasted, then it is a little tricky.
Yes,
So,
but
it's
the whole lot was over.
that's a good thing. That's a happy memory. That's
it's
a happy
easier
reaction.
to work. So when we're giving something new, if they are younger ones like 4 years,
Right.
5 years, and
Right.
it's easier to serve to them than
Yeah.
to serve to the elder ones,
Noodles
because
don't taste
elder
that good.
ones know.
So elder say, I have a story. My dad till date doesn't touch the sourdough breads that I bake because so he just doesn't because so in the initial days when I used to make starters at home, like when I was experimenting with starters, so they had come, so they keep coming over here at my
Yeah.
place to stay. Okay, so they were over here, and he saw what I was doing with the starter, like fermenting it
Correct.
for 24
Correct.
hours. They repeat, they discard, and that thing has stuck into him. He still doesn't touch my sourdough bread till date because he's like, yeah, this nonsense I will not eat, which is like fermented for so many days.
So you are right on this account, that adults to make
It is difficult.
adults eat something which is different tasting or different from what they have known so far is extremely difficult. It's very challenging. You just
In
cannot.
fact, I can say it has taken 1 whole year for me, or more than me, my family,
Yeah.
to accept and start binging on sourdough. Like
Right.
now, my family definitely can binge on sourdough. Specifically,
Correct.
bouille and focaccia is like hot favorite now
Correct.
after a year. पहले
But
तो they
that's
used to
also
think, नहीं, ऐसे
no,
होता
but
है.
that's also because of one is that you also have a small child, right? So like you rightly said, a small child will be more adaptable, and I have seen that is more adaptable to a change in taste as compared to older people,
And specifically elderlies, it is the
Yeah.
difficult
I,
nut to
I,
crack.
I had the same problem with my mother. They came to stay with me 3 years back. So my dad has had a very what should say experimental palate. So he would taste
no
everything.
problem.
Mom
Correct.
will not. And I wanted to wean them off from the market biscuits, store-bought
See, we're
biscuits.
weaning off parents.
Yeah, and now so my mother-in-law is now used to it. Now she knows नहीं ये कुछ करने वाली है तो खाना तो है ही और बताना तो है ही कि क्या है. So now she's used to it, and then she has to give 2 reviews, one to me and one to Kasturi because we
How it's
experiment
turned out.
on her because she is our diabetic patient, so we experiment on her.
So
Preeti,
the
what
best
happened
thing
next?
is, now my mom looks forward to her cookies, although she doesn't eat all the flours that I bake with, but I do typically whole wheat for her, and slowly I started sneaking in oats, but she should not be around when I'm baking. She should not see what goes into it, but
Yeah.
now she doesn't want to eat store bought, so she eats the whole wheat oats cookies that I bake specifically for her. So that's one achievement for me.
I think this is a good point. I think I want to know now how many people have been able to wean off their parents. This weaning off is a good process, wean off parents from outside store-bought stuff, store-bought bread, store-bought cakes.
I did it completely
Different flowers.
completely.
Completely different flowers.
It's difficult.
Mother-in-law both are like totally accepting. They love all the my mom and mother-in-law, and more than my mom, my mother-in-law is all the more supportive. And she's a foodie, so she loves everything
that
that I
makes a big
make.
difference.
But this side is a total.
No, same happened with me also. It is a difficult task because we are so adapted to having that perfect taste every time they put a piece of bread in their mouth. It has been
Correct.
throughout the same. So again, people need to understand over here that home baked goodies, your cookies or your bread is going to taste different every time.
Yes.
And this
Yes.
acceptance is very difficult.
But
Absolutely. It's
again,
very, very
once you
unusual.
keep telling them the benefits of it, I think slowly it does make the change. So,
तभी तो उसने weaning off बोला है ना प्रीति ने. See, like you have baby led
last time we
baby-led
discussed-
weaning. Now you have parent-led weaning. So there is scope for so much. Now I'm thinking there is scope for so much of healthy baking. If you pick up everybody who's so much older.
To be very honest, after a point of time, you don't like the store bought stuff.
Yeah,
Although
yeah,
we all have
absolutely.
eaten for so many
I
years. Like
totally
today,
agree with this.
I just cannot eat a biscuit from outside.
No, but
I
Preeti,
think
that
maybe
point
like-
in time should come soon now. The problem is that point in time is the key question.
No,
The point in time should come before we run out of patience and we say you have to eat this.
No, it's so now So I look forward to their comments. I look forward to Jashan's comments on how the bake is, or he will tell, "Oh wow, the bread is superb." So these comments, it's like a go ahead for us. But it takes a lot of time, definitely, from the parents' part. my God, it is impossible right now still for me to tell my father, khalo, bread khalo,
Huh.
but it is a difficult. He is the difficult
Yeah.
one for me.
Yeah, I'm
But I
sure
think like
every
last
family
time
has
we
one odd
discussed,
person like that.
each flour has a very unique taste, and if you
Uh-huh.
really cook it the way it's supposed to be had, that
Hmm.
unique flavor, you can't reconcile with store bought bread after that. Because if
Absolutely.
something
Totally,
needs to
totally.
taste grassy, it should taste grassy. No, then
Correct.
only you
Yeah,
know that
yeah,
you're eating
absolutely.
something good.
And even
Yeah.
store-bought breads, they are not whole wheat. I think so. People
They are
should
Ah,
never
they are
whole.
know
not.
this.
Correct.
It's high
They're not.
time that
So
people
true.
understand this. So for me, I have started telling Mama to read the labels. पढ़ो देखो क्या लिखा है उसमें.
Hmm.
So that
Yeah.
made a difference for her, and to she started understanding कि नहीं, this is not whole wheat, this is maida. So that has made a lot of difference for us. Reading labels.
Yeah. And Chaitali, do you have anything fun like this? Since you might have more right now because you're just starting your healthy baking journey, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I just remember a fun incident was yeah. So it was I was at my mom's place few days back, and yeah,
Okay.
my niece is she's around 4 years, and she loves cupcakes.
Okay.
So every time I used to trick her, yeah, first you finish your homework and then we'll bake a cupcake for you. And she used to finish her homework fast, 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 like, and then we used to bake. And yeah, she loved baking with me. And after having that cup, every 5 to 7 minutes, she would come near the oven and check, is it done? Is it done? And
Is it
then
done?
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
after
yeah. I think this.
having a bite,
Yeah.
yeah, she was so happy, and after seeing that happiness on her face, I was like, yes, I've succeeded in
Ah.
healthy baking.
She's a good niece.
Yeah.
Mine one तो उसको बोला कि cookie, yeah, let's make a cookie. अच्छा, give cookie. It's like this right now. The expectations level.
बनाएगा कौन?
हाँ नहीं नहीं
बना
किसी
के
का
दे दो.
कुछ बोलो तो
आप
दो.
बनाओ मैं खाऊंगी.
हाँ.
But there's something interesting about Chaitali, which I think everyone should know. And correct me if I'm wrong, Chaitali.
Okay.
I think both you and your husband are foodies, and you love to experiment with different cuisines. And
Yeah,
what I have seen
yeah.
of your bakes is you adapt
Wow.
those cuisine into bakes.
Into those bakes.
Is
Yes.
that
Wow.
right?
So yeah, one. Yes, yes. So one of those which got just got an entry into the book is Thai curry bites. So we
Right.
just both love Thai curry, and so yeah, and
Oh, I love
also
Thai curry as well. Lovely.
yeah. So second, I had to give second recipe, and so I was thinking what to bake for the book. So I just asked my husband that what should I bake. So he just told me, then why don't you try Thai curry bites? I mean Thai curry, something like that. And yeah, I just came up with
That's
that
how.
recipe, Thai curry bites.
Lovely. Yeah, I mean, I think that is one of the beautiful things about healthy baking, that we have so much scope to experiment
Yeah,
with, different flavors, get it incorporated in different ways in our baking.
yeah.
I think I've
So
never seen such a wide range of traditional dishes which have been turned on their head and reinvented as bakes as there are in the healthy baking book series that we've got.
Yeah.
Some of them
Yeah.
are really like, हाँ बत्ती जलती है, कि wow,
हाँ,
ऐसा भी
you're
हो
looking and
सकता
saying,
है.
अच्छा, ये भी ऐसे भी बनता है ये, ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं. How would this person have thought of this? I think you really need to, and which is why that journey, the questions related to the journey or the story behind it, really helped,
Correct.
helped in understanding, okay, this is the thought process. Because I mean, a
Behind the
recipe
bake.
is a recipe, but then behind the thought process behind it is so much more interesting to understand. Somebody is saying wow. Okay, there is somebody else also who's saying that that their parents also say the same thing about sourdough, that we used to throw
Fermented
such
bread, na?
fermented dough and you're baking with it. So I think that's what I think we'll have a lot of people on OMBC also who'll have similar experiences, to share with respect to their parents and with respect to with respect to healthy baking in general. So I think some of you, in fact, are running your own ventures also, right? So many of you run your own baking venture, healthy baking business ventures. So how exactly? I think we touched upon this a little bit in the conversation last time. But what we'd like to understand better is, how do you actually convince your clients about healthy bakes? Because that is something that I'm sure many I'm sure all of you have extensive experience. You would have some things would have worked well, some things would have not worked so well. So whatever insights you can share, with a broad audience, it'll be really helpful. Because healthy baking is a new area, and running a business venture with it is even more. It's tough. So how do you actually convince your clients about it?
So I've been running Bakeology since 2015, and selling only healthy bakes since then. And like, I have never used maida or white sugar or eggs or baking powder, or there are a lot of things that I've not used. So it's only healthy baking since then. So you cannot convince people. It's on them actually to tell you very, like, this is what I've experienced in these years, that you cannot convince people. It's on their mentality, it's on their awareness, it's on their health. Nowadays people, like, this new thing is that health ke wajah se I'm eating this, health ke wajah se I'm eating. So this new thing has come up nowadays, where people are going gluten free, people are going vegan.
Right.
Maximum people, if you ask me, they don't know the reason why they are going gluten free. They don't know why they're going vegan. Okay, so it's because of all these beliefs that they have, or they hear it from somebody and then they adapt it to their life. So it's on them basically to decide whether they have to buy your healthy baking or not. And once using words, you cannot convince them, but yes, you can definitely convince them using your bakes. So that is what I have experienced, that once they like your bakes, they're stuck to you for years. Then they don't go
Correct.
to any other person to order their bakes, or even the outside bakes. So they know
Correct.
that this is healthy, yet this is tasty. Okay, so and my children are liking it, or the elder people in the family are liking it. So the only way I think you can convince them is because it's from your bakes only.
Right.
Like,
So you're saying until they actually experience it, it's difficult. Like, whatever you say verbally might not have so much of impact on them in changing their mindset. It's only after they actually experience it, taste it, that there is a big change.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. Anybody else?
So I've been doing customized cakes since 2015. So I was using all regular maida sugar and all. But recently I have introduced these healthy bakes, and I've seen more and more people are getting interested because of the awareness slowly that is spreading. So now, but I do have some clients who would say, they would scoff at this idea, how can you eat a cake without a maida and sugar? It will not be tasty. If I'm eating a sweet, it has to be with that. So anyway, I would tell such customers, I would put on my page the reviews of the clients who've taken the healthy bakes. And when they read those, I think slowly, some of the clients would come back. One has come back and said, okay, let me try this cake. And she has loved it. So I think it's a slow process. Definitely people can be converted. Some of my clients have, some have not.
So I think you're saying it's mainly word of mouth also. So what works is, getting reviews from other clients who've tried it, actively asking them to, share their feedback on, say, particular platforms, so that people get so that a larger audience gets a view about, the fact that there are others who are buying it, and there are others who have tasted it already and they like it, so that helps. Okay.
For me, what has worked is that when I started Mango Girl, so I had started as healthy baking, process. So people know that if they need anything specifically in terms of healthy, be it a jowar or a gluten-free cake or anything, they know it has to be over here. So for me, what has worked is coming out, as a healthy baker and sticking to what we believe in. So there are no other options out over here. I've been very clear with it. So that has worked a lot for me.
Okay. So what you're saying is basically the positioning, right? So you've positioned yourself as a healthy baking enterprise right from the beginning, and being firm on that ground. Also.
Absolutely. Because what happens is they have a lot of choice, and people, there are conscious eaters now. There are
Right.
people who are consciously making this change in their life. So if you
Right.
have that kind of a clientele, it is a
Yeah.
very easy job. You will not need to
Right.
tell them or convert them
Right.
into a healthy baker. They are
Correct.
consciously going to choose what they want to eat.
Correct.
So
So
it helps a lot.
that's a very integral point actually, that that the customer base is, so it's a targeted consumer base, right? So the
Absolutely.
consumers
Yeah.
that you're targeting for your venture will essentially, you should really not be looking at pleasing everybody or like 100 odd people, right? I mean, if there are 20 people who are discerning, you have identified as discerning consumers, those 20 will anyways, it will not be a hard sell to them. They will anyways be attuned to the fact that this is what is healthy
Absolutely.
baking. All right.
Absolutely. And in
Right.
India, people are not trying to understand that we have lived on these flours since years.
Right.
Gluten free is our strong background. Like for me, if you ask, every day at our home, we are having a jawar ka roti, bajri ka roti. So
Correct.
we are so
Absolutely.
accustomed to these flours, but it's
Yeah.
just that when it comes to cake
Baking. Yeah.
baking,
Yeah.
people are, they take their own
Stuck
time
in
to
a
get.
different, yeah, mindset. Correct. True. True. Yeah. Preeti, you were saying something?
No, I was saying, as Kasturi said, it's the
Yeah.
mindset. If people
Yeah.
like want to have a healthy baked food,
True.
they will come to you, and they are ready to accept that the taste will be different from your
Yes.
regular baked goods. So
Correct.
you have, if they are ready, if their mindset is there, then they will
Correct.
eventually come to you. And the other point is, Ekta said, if they taste your goods, once they know,
Yeah.
okay, and if their palate accepts it, then eventually they come back to you. Like I've seen
Right.
for my cookies, they work when I was doing commercially. Now that I've stopped, so people were there because they used to say, we feel we are having a guilt-free biscuit every day. Like
Yeah.
the fat quantity is controlled. We know it is only jaggery that you are using, and the
Correct.
flours, of course, are known. So it
Correct.
again is a individual perspective, and we have more
Correct.
such people now in the fold compared to what it was a few years back.
Few years back. That's true. That's very true. I think I think one of the things that has changed is that we have a lot more people now who are aware, or at least they are ready to open their mind towards tasting something
Yeah.
different, because see, it's going to be different. So even on OMBC, when we get a question like, why isn't my bread not tasting like store bought bread, I think the biggest thing that which any of us who are responding to it tries to tell that baker also is that, what, it's your first step to understanding this whole process is that it will not taste like store bought. So that is your first step towards actually making a change towards something healthier. That it's never going to taste. You can make 100% whole wheat bread, and like Megha said, the outside bread is not 100% whole wheat.
No, not at all. There's hardly any whole wheat in the whole wheat breads also in the
Exactly.
store bought one.
Absolutely.
And forget customers, my own sisters, when they have my cookies, they say, बाजार जैसी नहीं बनती है दीदी. Oh, I can't help it, man. So
So you cannot, like, one cannot compare store bought things with homemade things at all. You just cannot compare
exactly.
because
You don't know
like,
what all goes in that, no? The chemicals and
exactly,
everything.
exactly.
We are not losing anything.
Exactly.
That's the
The
difference.
taste, the texture is complete. It's going to be completely different because
Yeah.
we are doing clean baking and the outside stuff. We know what's going to be there in it.
Exactly.
So, Preeti, I have one question for you. You have almost around 20 years of experience with cooking, and I think you started healthy baking almost 8 years back. And I
Yeah.
believe one of the things that you live by is that you are what you eat. Okay, so
Absolutely.
if
Absolutely.
you are applying this to healthy baking, and if you were to pass on this message to the audience, that you are what you eat, and therefore the flours you choose or the ingredients you choose for your healthy bakes is important. So can you just elaborate on that a bit?
I'll start with a personal this thing, Samira. My parents came to stay with me 3 years back, and when they were staying alone, the cook was doing the cooking at home. And however much you may tell the cook, she will put extra oil, and then our parents were very fond of like fried food and all. They came
Right.
when they started staying with me, and as I have written, I have a very holistic approach towards food. So here everything changed for them, right from cold pressed oils instead of the regular oils, and less oil in the food, less spices. My parents' health improved drastically. My mom herself is shocked, and she tells me every day, she tells me, that I feel a lot of difference. And the same thing applies to your baking also. So if you
Correct.
take a holistic approach, you use the best ingredients possible, the freshest of ingredients, wherever possible organic. Otherwise, also if you are using the right kind of ingredients like cold pressed oil or a good quality ghee, and then the flours, different flours, it is going to show. It is going to show in your health and in your approach. So that's what I meant when I said you are what you like,
You
what
are
you
what you
eat.
eat.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
I have a living example in my family. My parents, like, I have seen a
Right.
drastic change in their health.
Yeah, but
So
what's amazing is that a lot of your recipes are inspired by your family's favorite foods. Even the one that has made it to the book, it's been inspired by your mom's favorite milkshake, I believe, and
no, rusk. I think I have biscottis. I
mango
have done.
milkshake. Yes.
Yeah, that one also. So
So so
I have.
that I can understand why you're saying that your family is adapting to it, and you are giving them their favorite foods in a
In a different avatar, in a new
different
avatar,
avatar.
yes.
Yeah.
My mom was not fond of jaggery in anything. Okay, today she has only jaggery. I have reached that level in 3 years' time.
Right.
All the cook, even the mango shakes or any sweet that I make, whether it is kheer or any baking that I do, it's only with jaggery. I don't buy white sugar at all. So
Right.
Right.
either I use khand, and for her tea also
Yeah.
I have she's using only khand. Even if one day is there that sugar is not there, she asks me, "कि चीनी खत्म हो गई क्या मेरी वाली?"
Meri wali.
So, so it is difficult, but it is not
Yeah, yeah.
impossible. If I
It's
could
not
convert
impossible.
my parents, I mean, at
Yeah, yeah,
that age,
true.
they are 80 plus, 80 plus.
Correct.
So I think any one of us can adapt it. And one more
It's a
thing I would like to add
lovely
as a
thing, actually,
personal
what you said,
recipe.
Preeti. A very beautiful thing, actually, because I think that is one of our biggest challenges, that, we lose focus, we lose persistence, we give up, which I think is not the right thing. What you said is very, very important. Sorry, go
So
ahead,
I
Preeti.
think
So
Ekta also subscribes to that belief, health is wealth, and that is where you are also operating from, right? You can correct me if I'm wrong,
Absolutely.
if you want to elaborate
Absolutely.
on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I have seen recently so many of my family members and relatives and friends, gone through tough times, and even I've seen a lot of cancer cases also, close relatives. So I truly believe I had read it somewhere that white sugar is poison. So after that, and after reading, after being a part of OMBC, slowly and slowly, I've really started believing that health depends on what we eat, and white sugar and maida is a total no-no. So that's why I'm also slowly shifting to it, and also trying to convince others. Hopefully, slowly we'll all get there.
So it is a very difficult change. Like I feel every day when I am speaking to my father, he loves having a high sugar tea. Like we are a typical Gujaratis, और हमारी चाय अगर कोई पी ले तो it's like even
Khada
I
shakkar.
cannot drink उनके हाथ की. So I love his chai, but it is always high on sugar. So now, since last 1.5 months, he has made this change of shifting to jaggery, which has been ongoing process from my end, that dad, you need to cut down. Now you are above 60, you need to cut down. Now you're above 60. So I think
Correct.
so constantly speaking to them,
Yeah. Yeah.
hammering, has made this change, and now he is accepting the new types of
Yeah.
sweetness that are being introduced. So if it is a date syrup, if it is a kakvi that we say, it's a jaggery liquid, which is the
Yeah.
gold liquid that we call it, is one of the best things that we can introduce in our regular day-to-day cooking or anything. Like, and we are Gujaratis, we have sugar in all our sabjis, whatever we are making. So this is a very huge change. Like we have started using kakvi, the jaggery liquid. So
Yeah.
this change is a conscious change, and even by our elders, like as Preeti said, now how her mama is asking for her wali chini. So my dad is asking for that gur ka powder de do. I will mix it with my chai and have it. So that
Right.
this is a very conscious change that happens.
I would
I
like to
think
add
that's a
also.
lovely point. Yeah. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
also when we do things instead of telling, and if we are doing some, I have noticed in my family, like I stopped sugar and I also stopped tea actually for last 2 years. Slowly, I've seen my in-laws also have cut down their tea
Yeah,
and their sugar, and
consumption.
they're also enjoying the jaggery and atta biscuits, ragi biscuits. They're loving it. My children, my son will, he'll tell my younger one because she is the naughty one that this is not healthy. I'm not telling him to say, he himself automatically says that. So I
Yeah,
think slowly they watch us and they
yeah.
also start getting conscious, and which is a very important thing. And
Yeah, I think
Modeling.
the interesting part is that you have both ends of the spectrum, right? Most of us will have parents and small children, and both of those ends will need our entire energy in terms of being able to sensitize them, because the elders are usually, because of what they've been exposed to for many years, so changing that mindset, and the kids primarily because of peer pressure. See, because I mean, if you see the kind of
Yes,
environment,
true.
it's you see our children, most of our children will not eat a lot of the stuff that that is laden with white sugar. But if you go outside, you'll see a lot of children who will be eating that, and at some
right.
point in time, your children will be exposed to it, and so basically, it's a constant juggle, and you're managing both ends. Trying to manage both ends of the spectrum and trying to make sure that there's some level of healthy baking that's happening, which caters to both sides.
And again, as Ekta said, like how her younger one looks up to, or at
Yeah,
least listens to the elder one. So for
elder
us,
one.
my
Yeah.
nephew, so he is on a gluten-free diet since his,
Okay.
I think so, since he was 2 or 3 years old. He's okay. So with that, so when I started living with him, all his younger brothers and everybody started following him. Like they won't have a sugar, they won't have a maide ka bread because he was not having. So that having an example
Yeah.
or having somebody to look up to also makes a lot of difference in the
Difference.
kids,
Correct.
at least in youngsters for sure. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a huge thing, because I think that's what, and he's similar age group, like he's a little older than them, but he's not like the parent saying that don't eat
parents,
this.
yeah.
So that
So
makes a
it's
big
some.
difference also. Absolutely. Absolutely. Samira, you have more fun questions?
I have actually dealt with them some bits and here and there. But yeah, I want to ask about a few failures and few disasters. I'm sure we've all had them.
We've been having this conversation of failures and disasters from the first episode. About first we started with bricks.
Yeah.
Last one, I don't know what we were talking about, but we spoke about failures again, about binning stuff or not
But
binning stuff and things like
isn't it
that.
important? See, I mean, all of us
Yeah, yeah.
start off somewhere,
It
and we.
is.
I mean, I have cakes come out of the oven that are completely wet in the center, and they're completely inedible. And every
Right.
time I put them back, they won't cook again. So
नहीं
it's
नहीं
I
कभी
mean,
नहीं
all of
हो ही
us
नहीं सकता कि वो
have
वापस बन
that.
जाए. हाँ.
It
I'm sure all of maybe in context of trying innovating your
Re-
recipes for the book
for
without
the
talking
book,
about
yeah.
the recipes, of course, but maybe tell us how your families reacted to your creations. What were some of the funny moments that happened
While you were creating
uh,
the recipes.
while you were creating the
Yeah.
recipes? Like we had some people talk about, "अरे खाने दो, photo क्यों ले रहे हो? वो भी हो रहा था." So
हाँ, ये सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है फोटो लेना इज द इट्स लाइक कर क्या रहे हो वो तो बताओ सो नाउ देव गॉट यूज्ड टू नहीं पहले उसको फोटो लेने दो शी इज डूइंग हर वर्क so now they've got used to it but
but yeah, please do share some anecdotes of your trials, experiments, errors, family reactions for the
Yeah.
recipes you all created for the book.
mm, for me
So for
if you ask Preeti you can start it's okay
so it's okay. Carry on, carry on.
पहले आप में गाड़ी छूट जाएगी.
किसी की गाड़ी तो नहीं छूट रही है hence we are over here but for me if you ask I'm going to tell this if you guys have noticed this or not but I was very naive I think so last year Simran would also know and Kasturi is my guide and friend and mentor and my partner in this journey. So when I had started, I was already experimenting with breads, and that's how I had got connected with OMBC also.
Right.
And my madness to work with breads and why this is not working, why is it not cracking? So I was behind the life of the bread. कि जब तक बनेगा नहीं, I am not going to leave you करके. But when I heard about OMBC, this healthy baking series, I was very naive at that point of time. This is the true part about me. So I used to always hamper Kasturi's mind. हो क्या रहा है, हो क्या रहा है, चल क्या रहा है, चल क्या रहा है. And she was a task force like behind me. She pushed me, at up till that end, that she made sure that there is something of mine from my end in the book. Because I was, trust me, I'm still saying I was very naive, and now I'm at a much better place when it comes to baking and teaching and everything. But yes, this was a major push of my life, a major part wherein I understood, no, this is huge. This field is absolutely huge, and if we concentrate on it, and if we work on it, I think so we are going to be at a next level. So this is exactly what had happened to me last year, before, like, while we were submitting the recipes.
That's wonderful. I think that is what, I think that experience, I'm sure, is going to be very
Yes.
helpful for people who are starting their journey now. So people who are starting their journey, they're aspiring to get into that. I think one of the things that, like you mentioned about, your effort towards baking bread, right? So I think that single-minded focus towards trying to perfect something is important. Whether, like I said, and I'm seeing that as a recurring theme in everything that we're talking about here, whether it's changing the mindset, whether it's baking some recipes, the consistency always helps. The determination and persistence to keep trying to do it till it doesn't become actually as you want it to be, or actually as it's supposed to be, is what is usually coming across as a theme that most healthy bakers I've been speaking to have been sharing.
And we have wonderful people in the group.
Yeah.
Like me and Kasturi have connected so well, and there are so many people out over there who are always helpful. Like, if you approach
Correct.
them on the group, they are always available to
Yeah.
answer your questions.
answer questions.
There's never
Absolutely.
heard a no from the group, for sure.
Correct.
This is what I can say.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, I have never heard a no also. I mean, when I read, I think I keep asking questions like, I think, in fact, I keep asking questions with different bakers, of course, for different things. I've asked so many of them. So if say, for example, if you see the mentors, they do it absolutely, their time is precious, as per me. And they take out that time, they take out that knowledge, they do it so freely. So it's amazing to see that kind of energy. So
Very
yeah,
nice.
Preeti.
I forgot what I was saying. So,
You were asking all
the
about your
biggest,
experiments and trials. And
for me to keep the food away from all the hands trying to bite from here and there and before the picture is clicked, that's the toughest part for me. I don't have small kids at home, but still that is an issue with me.
Okay, so I have made many bricks while trying the bread because I'm very new to this. But my children, they're really sweet. They know if their mama is trying something, they'll try. They'll still eat it and not say no. So that's where I've been going on with trying the breads. And recently, I tried this Autoly's bread process, whether Namita Tiwari's recipe.
Right.
When
Right.
I tried that, and my son he liked it so much, I have to actually write it in the group. He said, Mama, please stop buying the breads from outside, and I want to eat only this, and
This.
I'll help you make it, but you please make it.
Make it. I know. That's a big thing, I think that is such a big deal that, when especially, like I said, if you're able to get the children into that frame, I think you're just creating a generation which is going to be so conscious of what they're putting in their mouth.
Absolutely,
This is such a big deal.
On the contrary, another funny thing what happened when I was trying the recipe for the book, my young one, she loves pasta. So I thought, like a mom always trying to sneak in veggies. So I thought
Yeah.
I'll try the broccoli, just grind it and somehow make the pasta. So first time when I made the big pasta, she loved it. Now the second time when I was making it, she just came in the kitchen.
She saw it.
She saw it. And that's the end of it. So I'm still struggling with it.
Look, we've had, it's very tricky, the tightrope walking. But today morning, I was trying to make this bread, and I of course put the spinach puree in it and everything. And my son came in and said, "Why is this green?" As is green because I have some color that I needed to use up. So, but Mama, you don't put color in your bakes. I said, no, this is natural. This is
Yes,
natural color.
madam.
I have put it in the bake, because it's natural color. I said, chalo. Anyhow, I mean, not that he has a problem with spinach, but the problem is, I think the mind is, in that auto mode that,
Yes.
if it has got some vegetable, let me first say no. So to prevent that from happening, it's sometimes it's still after so many years also you still have to kind of just keep conditioning them. Yeah. Good. I think I think most of the stories are centering around basically how to make, of course, kids eat something or adults eat something, or, or the photography part. I think the big challenges are emerging as those. So, I mean, before we sign off, any last thoughts about, what it feels like to be in the book, your experience of being authors now? I think that's the question we asked last time also, that I think most of us would have, I'm sure, many of you are accomplished in your own way, but I think how does it feel to be, published in the Healthy Baking book series? So if you can probably share some thoughts on that.
So
I think
honestly,
for me, it's just
I
one
was
word.
not
It's wow.
sure.
It's like a childlike excitement. When so initially it was a childlike excitement when I told Simran also initially that I'm so super excited with this thought that you are coming up with a healthy baking book series and it's one of a kind in India, and we are like we have this chance of developing recipes for that book series, and the entire thing, like doing the entire thing, develop recipes, banao bhi, photo bhi nikalo, like it's you have this entire package. It was a childlike
Yes.
excitement, and then like through the entire process only, doing
Correct.
those things, reshooting for the photographs. I love doing
Photos.
that also, Samira. Reshooting for the photographs. And yes, and then when the books when they came in the hand, something, it's a different altogether feeling, like you cannot describe it in words. It's a different feeling altogether. It's awesome.
Out of the
I
world.
am super happy, excited. I just got the book in my hand. Just it has just come to me.
Yeah.
She's just sent to me, and I'm so happy. I was just going through while we were talking to kahan hai photo, and I'm like, oh my god.
I cannot comment on what it looks like. I have to get the book in my hand.
Samira.
Samira, I'm waiting for my
I'm
book.
checking. Abhi check kar rahe hain.
But I was very sure that if for nothing else, for my photographs, my recipes will be rejected. And I was so
Then-
nervous sending.
I was,
sending
I was
them.
expecting her to say that if nothing else, for my photos, my recipes will be selected. And then she said, my photos will be rejected. I was like, huh? What? Because she started so confidently, कि इतने confidence से बोल रही है, Preeti.
And when some first mail came from Stone Mill that this recipe has been selected, I was like, it's unbelievable. Feeling. I was
It was
like, proud. फिर दूसरी मेल आई, अच्छा ठीक है, so some
हाँ.
photographs were good enough कि recipe select हो गई. Really, it's a surreal feeling.
When I received the email, it was around the time of my birthday. So I can just say it was one of the best birthday gifts ever. I'm so excited. Out of the world experience, really. To be a part of the book where so many amazing bakers are there, really. Thank you for that. And I was in India when I received the book, and my parents and my family were really, really super proud. So yeah, it's an amazing feeling.
Yeah, I think the families, in fact, I think the families have been so, so supportive and also so excited. I think we've been
Yeah.
excited, of course, but I think the families have been so excited to see, the books, the parents, the friends, the kids, they've been so excited.
It's a different feeling altogether.
Yes.
And I think we've randomly bombarded each of you with requests ना ये
Yep.
photo please high res भेज दो, ये please update कर दो, ये please आप information clarify कर दो. But so it's been amazing working with each of you and putting this together, because even while creating and writing and editing, we kept thinking back कि
Yeah.
आप लोग का मन कैसा रहा होगा, when you all would
Yeah.
have baked, because there's so many
Correct.
beautiful stories that came through with each of the bakes. Somebody is inspired by family, somebody is inspired by a health condition, somebody is inspired by flavors that they remember from childhood.
Childhood, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I think
so
that
many
was so rich, getting that. I think, and I mean, I think Samira and her team, they've done such a phenomenal job of keeping everything in check, really, like, I mean, trying to
Absolutely.
manage the expectations Okay, coming from different sets of people, and starting with me. But monsoon and no, I'm serious. When we sent out even the message about the delay, I just, you can, if there is any way to make you listen to that recording when I spoke to Samira when she told me कि वो थोड़ा delay होगा because of the monsoon. I said I don't care. Tell the printer I don't care. Okay, that is what, so what, he should have prepared for the monsoons. So she's like, Simran, कैसे बातें कर रहे हो? So I'm just saying, that, to manage that kind of, because, and I'm, like I said, that, it's not because I want to create a pressure, but in my mind, there is a deadline I want to, I have committed to, and it's my personal commitment to meet that deadline. And there are so many people who are banking on us. They're banking on the books coming to them, and I know, and I think the big thing that has happened is that despite being in different places, because Samira is in Mumbai, I have been for the better part of it in Bangalore, and it's just coordinating physically. So obviously it's not like we can see each other, so it's not like we can have a conversation like, face to face, but to be able to do that, I think, and to be able to go through all those recipes over, like, multiple times, and then making sure that I'm on board with every single thing, making sure that the bakers are informed about every step of the way. Those are very big things to be able to, I think those are as integral a part of the book actually finally getting printed, the entire experience, more than anything else.
You've done a phenomenal job. What an amazing book.
Part
The
is
recipes,
it's
I want to try all of
top-notch
them.
quality. So the books are of top-notch quality.
Yes, yes, the
But
quality
you
is
are made
amazing.
so. Without your sharing, without your,
Correct.
feeling of sharing those
Sharing.
recipes with
Yeah.
further, this book would not have been possible. So I think more
Correct.
than anyone else, each of the bakers who's contributed to the book deserves a pat on the back. And I think for that we should.
Clarifying, so many times we've gone back and we've said, why don't you clarify this? Can you write this way? Did you mean this or did you mean that? The format, everything, so we've pestered, I think, the bakers like multiple times, just to be able
And
to.
at odd hours, that too.
At odd
And I
hours,
apologize for that. But
because we were working any hours, right? So for us, there were no hours, we were working at any hour, at any point in time, So I think that hours ka concept hi gayab tha.
It was a humongous task and hats off. Humongous task.
But you all you all paid attention to every detail, and that's why you could come back to all of us. Do you mean this or do you mean that? So you all have put a lot of effort. It's very easy to miss a point here and there
Yeah.
when you're reading so many recipes. So that's
Correct.
really commendable.
Agree to this.
Correct. I think that was a big challenge for us because, going through those recipes, and because you're going through it repeatedly, you're worried that, you've seen it 3-4 times, you're definitely going to miss it the
Correct.
4th time you're going to see it.
Yeah.
So
tend to
not lose
overlook, yeah.
interest. Correct. Not lose interest. when
Simran,
you're
I
actually
just
seeing
want
it.
to ask, did you all actually make all the recipes?
So if you're asking me, Samira to apna answer karegi. But I did. I mean, so all the recipes that were selected, I would say I've baked 70% of them. And
wow.
before I said yes, I'm not sure. So Jiva can answer from her end, of course. But I baked about 70% of them. The 30% I didn't bake because I knew those would work. So I had a sense seeing the proportion. For the 70 also, I knew they would work, but I just wanted to be 100% sure that the proportions were right. My worry was not the ingredients, because ingredients were obviously entirely healthy. But my worry was to just recheck the proportions, because I want to be able to be sure that the proportions are resulting in the kind of look
that
that what I could see in the picture. Yeah, what I could see in the
Right.
picture should be what it should be. So about 70% of that. Yeah.
At home then.
Lovely.
Was a
Sorry?
feast
Hats
for
off
you.
to you.
No, I don't. So I have a 0 sweet tooth, so it doesn't work for me at all. But so my
Lucky.
husband, but I have a lot of friends who are friends because they get bakes. So I sent it off. I
Lovely.
sent off to a lot of people. Shared it with a lot of people. A lot of the stuff we ate ourselves, like the savory stuff. I've eaten, unless it was non-vegetarian. I've eaten all of that. I've tasted everything. For that last year, I was not vegan. Like, I might as well tell everybody, because I wanted to make sure that I was tasting most of it. But the non-vegetarian, I have a very, very big foodie family. They'll eat everything. So we had people, the kids trying, my husband trying, everybody trying. Sweet also, some of the stuff I was giving it to them. A little bit of everything they've tasted, but they didn't eat the whole stuff. So all of it.
Nice.
I know my team tried a few of the recipes, but one perpetual feedback which I even shared with you all was, हमें भूख लग रही है edit करते करते करो. So that was perpetually there. But yeah, we also did try a few recipes, and being non-bakers, that was something to our advantage, that if we were reading the recipe for the first time and we were able to follow it, which means there was
Yeah.
something right about the way it was.
that's the
Yeah.
right test.
That was
Right.
our litmus test, to see that, okay, yes, the recipes are making sense on page, because we did
Yeah.
kind of edit them substantially, and we at every point we would check back with each of the bakers, this is how it's going, is it correct, is it fine. So, but yeah, like I said, my team perpetually had only one thing to say, हमें भूख लग रही है, edit करते करते कुछ करो. So, Chaitali, we haven't heard from you on your feeling on being published in the books, and how it feels to be part of the book Healthy Baking book series.
Yeah, so frankly speaking, I did not I mean, like as I said, I'm new to this healthy baking. My journey has just started, and yeah, I was not expecting that my recipe would get selected. But yeah, when I got a mail from Stone Mill, I was super excited. I still remember me and my husband had gone for a grocery shopping, and yeah, I just stopped at a place, and I was just scrolling, and I was looking, and yeah, it was just a great feeling.
Wow.
And
Nice.
yes, it is a feeling which cannot be expressed in words, but yes, the happiness can be seen on our faces. Yeah. So
Nice.
Great. So I think on that note, we will probably give everybody back their weekend to go back to families and have their the rest of the weekend at their own pace. And I'm sure a lot of the folks here would have loved the discussion that we've had, the insights that we've shared, as well as the experiences that we've shared. So thank you so much, Kasturi, Megha, Ekta, Preeti, Chatali, and Samira for joining and for sharing so many wonderful insights and another very fun afternoon for all of us, actually. Nuru?
Oh,
Sorry.
we had to. We
She
do.
has to
We
come.
always have our kids.
Yeah. They're always in, It's. I'm just glad that there was nothing offensive being said in the background. That's all.
Bro, we are so
When I was
used to
unmute.
having
When I was unmute.
kids around us while we are even in our workshops. We have them roaming around, saying
Yeah,
hi
I think
and
that's
all.
the.
They are always
Yeah,
there.
I think they're used to. I think being
They're
around
used
people.
to. Yeah.
Yes.
She
They're
she
used to
peeps
being around
from
people.
there 10 times till now. She's right now also
Okay.
peeping from there.
Mine one
Yeah,
is
I think
behaving
it's.
little better today. He's like, Mama is working. So chalo thoda
Yeah.
kar lo. So he's inside.
Hmm.
Wonderful.
That's
Thank
what.
you. Thank you all
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
having us.
yeah.
It was
Thank
fun
you.
meeting all of you. Thank you
Enjoy.
so much.
Very nice
Thank
having
you.
you.
Have a
Take care.
great weekend.
Same to you.
Bye. Thank
Same to
you.
you. Bye bye.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.